Cindy here. Welcome to your extended reading for September. What Spirit had me do first was look at September's video again, so I just watched that again, and I took a few notes on what they wanted to sort of remind us of and expand on. So the very first thing they wanted to talk about is that your first card was that your wish is granted. Money, prosperity, and abundance look like what you guys were asking for. The amplifying and the activating of a lot of your spiritual sort of abilities, all of the clairs, sensitivities, and all of those having been amplified in the last 3-4 months or so to give you an opportunity to change direction and work directly with Spirit if you like. They had me write in terms of the extended free will. Spiritual connection and free will. So they wanted to touch on this in the extended, that you definitely have free will, that this is just an opportunity for you. Endings start new beginnings. So if some of you have been having a hard time, this is also another way to kind of give you a new start. This is very divinely guided, is what they were saying. If this resonates with you, it is very divinely guided. So they're offering you sort of this spiritual healer as a channel, offering you to be a really incredible channel for spiritual wisdom, insights, knowledge, healing, if that's what you'd like to do. And they're asking you to follow their guidance, kind of stay in touch with Spirit, stay connected with Spirit, follow their guidance, and stay grounded at the same time. So there's a balance with staying grounded and also staying connected to Spirit, because it's divinely guided. They will be guiding your steps in terms of sort of how to go about doing the next sort of beginning. Let's see. They also talked about balancing your spiritual with the material world, and again that has a lot to do with staying connected to Spirit, but also staying grounded. A spiritual connection, a spiritual self, and staying balanced with the material world, keeping a balance with that. They also talked about the being willing, able to accept and allow this abundance to come through. And they talked about it being potentially a family pattern that may be blocking, allowing financial abundance, the financial abundance that you're asking for. So your wish is granted, but there may be a block in you from family patterns preventing that from coming through for you. So they're asking you to ask them for help. Ask Spirit. Spirit will help you, is what they're saying. So we have divine will and we have free will. Divine is offering this to you, and it's up to you to say yes if you would like to do this. If you'd like to do this. So let's see, the family patterns, they wanted to speak to family patterns. Could be things that may be blocking, could be around money. It could also be around allowing to receive, and worthiness. They had me underline worthiness. Feeling like you're worthy of being abundant. You are worthy of being abundant, but that might be something that in a family pattern that you may have grown up with, for example, where you made decisions about how the world works based on what you saw, and yet those decisions are blocking. So they might have been good decisions at the time when you were little, you know, watching your family, learning from your family, and they're saying that that might be where you want to look at as far as clearing those to allow the money to come through. They also, in this extended here, wanted to say that for some of you it could be that in terms of blocking your allowing to this, could be that family members are not sort of on board with you sort of accepting this sort of role that Spirit is offering to you. And again, they're saying that you have free will. they're asking that if you are interested, if you do have the sort of willingness and you look at these inner patterns, these family patterns, and clear them, and are you working on clearing them, you'd like to, they're saying to ask, then listen with your higher sensitivities and trust what you get. There are many, many angels with you, and they're asking you to surrender to the information that you get. Surrender to spirit. So if, in terms of your free will, if you choose to be on board with this and let this be your sort of your next steps, they're saying, okay, well then surrender and hand it over and allow divine will to guide you on what steps to take, step by step by step. Amethyst also came up. They're asking you with crystals. Amethyst will be very powerful for you if this is what you would like to do. So that's what they wanted to say as far as the extended. It's kind of a summary of what the September reading includes. They're just wanting you to just sort of to emphasize that you do absolutely have free will, whether you'd like to accept sort of this a role as a healer and as the medicine woman card that came up, if that's a role that resonates with you, they're saying that, you know, if you accept it, then allow and surrender to divine will guide you every step of the way. So that's what they wanted to say. And now we're going to go through the comments that are below the video of September. So that's where I am if you'd like to join me. And it looks like the very first comment is from Gaurav. I hope I'm saying that right. Gaurav, you're speaking about me. Big change is absolutely right, but my situation is extremely bad. I have to settle a room, another place which I don't want. So it sounds like you're in a room you don't want. I'm a student and I live in a payable room, and I'm unsure about my success. And what Spirit wants to say to you right away is get proactive. Those are the words I'm hearing for you. Get proactive. To be sure about your success, decide what you'd like to do. What would you like to do? In the co-creation, we are co-creators. So you as the human here on earth, in your side of the partnership with Spirit, they're asking you to get proactive in two ways. One is ask and trust and listen to Spirit's guidance as they sort of guide you on what you can do about the situation. And two is then for you to take the steps here in the human, you know, as the human, take the steps that you can take to either do something about the situation, about the room. If you don't want this room, what do you want? And then ask Spirit, and then you know, do the research and the action steps as the human is to finding something that you do want. And to be more sure about your success, they're really they're really saying to just be proactive in terms of your success. What are you wanting? And then you're going to go after it. Proactive. Proactive. Being unsure kind of feels a bit like shrinking. It feels a bit like you're feeling sort of that life will happen to you kind of feeling, and they're wanting you to sort of stand up and get proactive about what you do want. And Spirit's with you, and they'll be guiding you. So ask and get confident. What do you want? And then go after it. Okay? I hope that helps. Linda, does the reading apply to a person that has Moon in Cap? I hope so, for all wishes in abundance. I'm going to claim to make it so. Cancer Sun had some of the same, which I am. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to claim to make it so. Yeah, there you go. Claim it and make it so. That's part of that sort of proactive. That's how you do it. Good job, Linda. Well done. And yes, it applies to anyone who resonates with it, really. Anyone who resonates with it. Thank you for your comment. Yolanda, I really needed to hear this today. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. There's Guav. Thank you for giving your time to read my tarot. You're welcome. Not quite tarot, but you're welcome for the little response to your question there. Ab Fab Comic. Amazing reading. Thank you. Couldn't be more right on. It's all that great juju coming back. Yeah. And I'm open and allowing any past karmic debts by any past lineage is now cleared and forgiven, and so it is. Beautiful. So there's that claiming it again, just sort of that proactive claiming it. The Spirit is asking you as well, that claim is a great place to start and continue. To have that in writing like that is really powerful. But Spirit is also asking you to go within and actually heal that inner child, or actually really get to the root of where this any past lineage that might be blocking gets cleared. To go within to where that started at the root of it, to clear it out. Yeah, so kind of start with that commanding statement, which is beautiful, and then go in, get to the root of it, and heal that up and out, and replace with I am now allowing kind of thing. Thank you for sharing. Gregory, thanks. Capricorn have had it tough for years. Me being an aged pensioner, the only money I could get is a lotto gamble, as it's a struggle on the pension these days with the cost of things. Gregory, erase that comment. The only money I could get is a lotto gamble. That is a profound belief right there that is not necessarily true unless it's a powerful belief for you. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, let's rephrase that. That is not the only money you could get. Money is energy. It can come from many places. And as you referred to yourself as an aged pensioner, I might say a wise elder. That feels more appropriate to me, Gregory. As a wise elder, you would have very much to share with the world, with the wisdom from all the life experiences that you've had, that you've shared. No. Money can come from a lot of places, and you have quite a bit to share, is what Spirit is saying. So, as a wise elder, if you're interested in more abundance, ask Spirit and see what your next step might be. You might have a book in you. You might want to do video, whatever makes you feel really good, whatever makes you happy, and how you might share your wisdom that could help others for what you've experienced in this lifetime so far. That would be wonderful. Thank you for your comment. That's such a perfect example of a belief that's so limiting. It's so limiting that, the lottery, no. It can come from lots of places. So let's open that up. It can come from lots of places. All right, all the best to you, Gregory. Cindy, yay, I've invested into writing my very first book after being divinely forced to write since 14 about my spiritual life and healings. So this is spot on. Thank you super much. You're so welcome. Yeah, see, what's interesting about your comments, you guys, is you're just like one right after the next, and they all sort of go together. So Gregory, sort of, there's Cindy as an example of someone who is sharing. There's a book she's writing about her spiritual life and healings and her life experiences and how she overcame challenges, or anything you've learned from life experiences. Potentially there's a book in you, Gregory. Thank you for sharing, Cindy. Priceless Zion highly resonates. Thanks so much for confirming. Many blessings. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. Wonderful confirming message for you. Thank you for sharing. And that's all the comments that there are for Capricorn. So as far as your all of your comments and the summary of the video, I hope that's helpful for you guys. I love you. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves. We'll talk to you soon.